Liberty Mutual Insurance Company presents.
And Doug.
Don't you just love the smell of old books?
Shh, this is a library.
Sorry, ma'am. We're looking for a book titled Liberty Mutual Customizes Your Car Insurance so you only pay for what you need.
I don't think we carry that, but check nonfiction.
He really does devour literature.
Please leave.
Only pay for what you need.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
This whole wall needs to be shelving, too. This is a focal point in our restaurant.
Leilani's new restaurant will have the largest wine cellar in the city. She needs a robust sommelier with notes of procurement manager.
3 sections for France? I mean, this is the biggest.
Indeed can help her hire great people fast.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. Instant Match instantly connects you with quality candidates whose resumes on Indeed match your sponsored job description. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
Thanks for listening to Spotify. No, really. You could have listened to the radio. You could have spun some vinyl. You could have played a cassette tape. You could have listened to an 8-track tape. If you knew what an 8-track tape looked like. But you listened to Spotify. Thanks for that. And you still have hundreds more playlists to enjoy.
All right. Awesome. Well, want to welcome everybody here to Shuffler Grand Prix 2022 circuit. We have our lovely four-way racers sitting here waiting for us to give their lovely countdown to be able to see who's going to qualify for our top four run. This is our first set of, I think we have one other set tonight, if I'm correct. We have a 10 p.m. run um, coming later tonight. So this is the first of our set of racers we have. We have Andy in the top left. We have Mooware in the top right. Salmon Buffalo in the bottom left. And Someone 325 in our bottom right. So they're going to be playing 5 games. They have to beat 4. You see the goals right there on screen. And then I believe it's the first 2 to complete will advance into the top 4. So all night. Okay. So then we'll be placing that on times. So the fastest to complete will be our top 4 runners. So all right. I believe we have everything ready and set to go. Everyone should have their Lua consoles ready to start. Chosen, if you would, you can give them the countdown to start their race. Right, looks like we get started. Everyone is random right now. We will not lock them into a specific seed until our top 4 runs. So it looks like we have, what we got going on? We got Brave Fencer for Mooware and for Salmon Buffalo, Mega Man 7 for Someone, and this looks like Sydney Hunter for Andy. Looks like we're making some good times. All right. Wow, everyone's doing pretty decent. Looks like Mooware and Salmon are trying to get to the top of this tower. Mooware taking some hits here. Ooh, looks like we have a down. We have a death on Mooware. Ooh, we have Iridon. No, is that Iridon? Yeah. Iridon 2 for Someone. This is actually a pretty cool game there. Kind of a nice little shmup. Looks like Mover decided to take his time and going through here instead of taking all that damage. Salmon Buffalo also moving into Iridon 2. Nice. Now, I've never played Sydney Hunter, so that was an interesting deal. Looks like he now went into Brave. Focusing on his climb up the tower. Mooware trying to figure out which boss he's going to go after for Mega Man 7. Junkman. Interesting. Was that interesting seeing Andy backtrack there for a quick second? Throw someone off the tower. Wow. Audio on my end, but that's okay. What do we got here? Looks like we got Andy up at the top. The other three racers are sitting there doing Sydney Hunter. All right. Sorry about that. I had to quickly move locations while we're doing this. Looks like we have two people still on Sydney Hunter, Salmon Buffalo and Mooware, and Andy and someone are trying to get through um Iridon 2. Let me get there we go. Looks like we have Mooware going through the the guide real quick. Sorry about that. All right, looks like we got Mega Man 7 for Moorare. I think he was just double checking on where his goal, what his goals should be. Oh, Moorare or me? Oh, you. Oh, no, you were fine. Oh, okay, that was you. Okay, you were fine. Looks like some Salmon's going up against the first boss. Oh, yeah, it's fine. Street Puzzle Fighter. Super Puzzle Fighter. My bad. Yeah, looks like it, or they screwed up a little bit in their pre-setup. But definitely Andy here going for a big, big combo. Wow, just filled his opponent's screen. There's a KO for Andy. So that's one opponent down. He is now working on his second. We have someone back into climbing the tower for Brave Fencer. Salmon just completing, looks like stage 1 of Sydney Hunter. We're now just with his first opponent down. Sydney should have been a game I should have tested, just to understand what they're doing. Okay. Almost like that one game we saw over in MFH that they were playing, where you had to. Oh, maybe he's thinking he doesn't need it. Now the question, does he have the skull to put on the... Oh, he does. Put it there. There you go. Oh ho ho. Oh, look at, there you go. And he also got the sword for Brave Hunter. Or Brave Fencer. Brave Hunter. Alright. Mooware also clearing his level here. Oh, does he have the skull? Doesn't look like he has the skull though. So he needs to go back and find the skull. But at least now he knows where the pedestal is at, though, if he can remember afterwards. Looks like someone's in Puzzle Fighter. Still, yeah. He's doing pretty. That was a mid boss. I thought that was the first actual boss. We've seen Salmon do that too, with that jump. I think it's someone should be coming. Ooh, death for someone. I was going to say, looks like he's close to the mid boss. We have Salmon Buffalo with a stage cleared in Iridon. Now figuring out which weapon setup he wants to use. And there is no lock for the weapon setup. They can use any setup they want. They can also switch in the game to switch to a different firing setup that they want. Nice, got the upgrade. Well, we got two of our racers doing Iridon 2 here. Yeah. If they cleared, we'll allow it. Even though it was pretty clear on which sector you should be in. Andy looks like he's getting close to beating his second opponent, which should be a clear when that happens. Ooh, his opponent getting a chain reaction going. Like that would be a clear for Super Puzzle Fighter for Andy. Looks like Mooer was playing some grabby puzzle game. You know, the puzzle claw games? Or the claw games, I should say. Alright, someone's at the top of the tower. Let's see if he can figure out how to do this or if he remembers how to use the power. Might be checking the paste bin. He was trying to bait there. Looks like Salmon Buffalo's at a mid boss for Iridon 2. Let's see, Subway 325 is on his way to getting the skull. There he is. A big buffalo, making big chain here. There it is for a clear of his first opponent. Andy up there handing the pounding to either mid boss or the actual boss for the level. Muware looked like he oh, he paused. He could be. Did Mover clear? Perfect. All right. Andy sitting here doing the first fight with this guy. I believe there's 2 fights with this one, if I remember right, for the goal. We're now into Sydney Hunter. Entering in the password to get back onto the stage he was on. Oh, looks like Sam and Buffalo switched before he could get his clear. Andy now into Mega Man. Someone getting switched back to Iridon. Like Mover opened up a secret area, hidden area. All right. So Mover and Andy are both at Mega Man. Pretty close between the two of them. Ooh. Death for Andy on Mega Man 7. We're trying to figure out what he needs to do here. Which I don't think he realizes he can go through the door. Okay, Subwood 325 should be on his second opponent. I think Andy should almost have this one cleared too. Or Brave Fencer. Yes. At a loss? Yeah, at a loss, join the channel. Salmon Buffalo clearing a mid boss. An Iridon 2. At a loss. Welcome. Watching.
I can speak for a moment if you want me to take my comms on.
That's up to you. That's no problem.
You guys have a wonderful, this is an absolutely wonderful system you got right here.
Yeah, it's something we adapted from another deal we run, but we got in contact with them after we created this idea and was like, hey, how do you feel about us using it? Because it was kind of similar to what they do, and they were like, yeah, go right ahead. Thanks for letting us know and running it by us. So
No, it's really amazing. Do the streamers know what games they're going to be playing before they, or the runners, do they know what games they're going to be playing before they start this?
So, not until race day.
Okay.
They will not know anything until we drop the pack and we tell them to read the guide that we give them, and then they'll kind of have an idea.
Do they
But
take as much time as they need to go ahead and learn the games that they're going to be playing, practice on them? Do you give them free reign about that, or is it just here
Nope.
is what we're going to be playing and go?
So we do not allow practice.
Okay.
We prefer everyone, if you are blind to these games, we prefer it that way. If you have played them, because a lot of these guys come from other channels where they play a lot of games, that we can't always have games that everyone's kind of blind to. And so we just sit there, we don't allow practices, and if you are blind to it, well, good luck.
No, I love it. It's absolutely amazing, and the fact that you have all four runners going in. Now I know that we have Mega Man 7, which most of us have played, and Iridon. Is that the way you pronounce that?
Iridon 2, yep.
Iridon 2, yeah. So we've all done Bullet Hells, we've all done Mega Mans. We all know what we're getting into with those. Now, when I was reading the list going down, couldn't think to myself. I was going, well, I've never heard of these games, and it's going to be absolutely amazing watching these four players play something that, at least to me, I've never seen.
Right, same here. A lot of these games, I tested majority of these games before this came up, and they were interesting to play. But yeah, seeing these guys, because a lot of these guys are top runners from other channels, so it's kind of nice seeing these guys go at it. Actually, all four of these guys are actually all part of the same channel, running races.
Okay. All right. So they all know each other and they've all
Mhm.
battled against each other.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that must make it a lot more fun for them. I see that you're switching off different levels as they come apart. So you might be in Iridon, or is that is that the runners that are doing it? Are they passing a level and going,
So
"Well, I don't want to play this anymore. I'm going to switch off," or
nope.
is it?
The program we run is swapping games every 1 to 3 minutes. So you could be on, like, we have Sam in Buffalo on Mega Man. He could,
Right.
oh, Salmon and someone, and they could be. It could literally be for a minute, minute and a half, 2 minutes, whatever, all the way up to 3 minutes, and then it will switch games again. So as you see someone just switch to another game, that is the shuffler program running itself.
That must add just a super amount of tension to this because they don't know what they're going into next, correct?
Right. They have no clue on what the next game. You could take a guess. There's only 5 games in the pack. So you could take a guess, but you are not going to know what your next game is.
And so not only do they have to remember their progression, where they've been, what they've done, but they have to remember what they're doing in the next part, which is absolutely amazing. I mean, the mental fortitude that these guys are going through right now, just trying to keep all that and play the games at the same time.
Remembering
I
your
can't imagine.
controls, remembering, okay, so this is where I'm at. Game. Yep, perfect. Awesome, awesome. Sydney Hunter has been cleared. Um,
So we have the first clear of the night. So
no,
we are
we
looking.
have, that is our third, I believe, of the night.
Hmm.
Andy and someone, I believe, have cleared one game at least, for sure. Um, we they can drop if they've cleared a goal or something like that, but we're more letting them do let us know when they completed all 4 goals out of 5 games. So each game has its own goal. You see on the screen
Yep.
there, and they only have to complete 4 of those. And then what we'll do is we'll mark their times down. We have another set running at 10 o'clock tonight. That's Central Standard Time, for people watching the VOD and watching the live stream. So they will be running, and then their times will also be added to the list. And then we create our top 4 off of that, and then they'll run tomorrow night. So, looks like.
No, I love I really like to get into the strategy involved in this because at this point, you're not really knowing what you're up against next, and you're just trying to push through and push through and push through as fast as you can. And these are games that they might have not played before.
Yeah.
So as a speedrunner as doing this, where is your thought process going? Where you see the timer ticking down and you know that there's going to be something coming up different. What's your thought process on this? Are you just trying to burn through as quick as possible? Are you trying to
Yeah,
get it easy?
your best bet is to try to get through with as minimal mess ups and deaths that you can, so that you can progress a little further, because you are racing against other people. So, and you know that there is a time bracket going into it. So if these guys really want to be into the top 4 to see what our next set of goals are, because we do make them harder, um, to actually force more of a race into it, and then they will also be locked into a seed, so they won't be switching like random, where you see random games on all 4 screens. You will actually see the same game
Mhm.
on every screen. It's just the time difference will be when did they start their Lua, start the shuffler itself. So you might
Yeah.
see like a 5-second difference between everybody. But
Did
yeah,
yeah.
there you go. I forgot about that.
And while we were talking, as I was watching, did Mooware just go down again to Brave Fencer? Because I saw he was taking a bunch of damage there.
He was, yep. Then he got switched out to be back into Iridon,
Okay.
which both Andy and Muware are both doing that.
Now, when they come back to their game, so Muware was at Brave Fighter or Brave Fencer, excuse me, and he's in Iridon now. When he gets switched back into Brave Fencer, now will he start at the same position he was when he left?
So when with the shuffle program, what it does is when it shuffles out, it automatically save states where you are, exactly where you are. So that means that, like in Mega Man, right? You're going for a jump. You go take that big jump that you like. Okay, I'm going to clear it, and it swaps you right in the middle of your jump. You will go back right at that spot.
That is absolutely terrifying, and I can't even believe that they are able to do this at this point. Now we have, just got switched out with Muware back to Mega Man, so we have two in the Bullet Hell. They look to be doing pretty good. Actually, everyone looks to be doing pretty good. Oh, Salmon looks to be a little high.
Salmon needs to grid a little more of his combinations here, but if he gets this one locked in, he would. There's his clear for Super Puzzle Fighter. That's his second opponent. That should be a done. He shouldn't have to go through another one.
Nope. That might have been the first one.
Yeah. Yeah. So the other thing is that we can't force a swap either within the game. So if you clear a game, if you know you're done, you can go through and continue on. We can do that. But you have to wait till your game to switch for certain games to clear off your shuffler program.
Now, knowing the games that you guys have here, what one of these games do you think is the most one that will give the players problems tonight?
Iridon for just Bullet Hell. Yeah. Bullet Hells, I mean, that you can add that to the list too, because it really depends on how much you play Bullet Hell games, or shmups for the rest of the people who like Bullet Hells. Well, that could be any of them. Well, pretty much any shmup is a Bullet Hell. Yeah, that too. But shoot 'em ups, they can be, even though you could be like, oh, I'm on an easy level. You could screw up so many times, even being an experienced player into it, and it'll just give you the time of your life, So.
Well, they all seem to be going pretty well through here. Do we have a tracker showing where everyone is yet, or are we waiting for the racers to give us a heads up?
Waiting for the racers to give heads up. They can give us a tracker on, okay, so they cleared this game, they cleared that game. Mostly kind of pay attention to their shuffle. So Salmon, we shouldn't see Puzzle Fighter again. If we do, we will let him know he needs to clear that, just in case he forgot, because of being within the race. Others, we shouldn't see Puzzle Fighter for at least two other people, I think. One of our racers still needs to complete his second opponent. But other than that, fun. Took him a hot minute to get up there. Salmon's still trying to figure out how to drop the bell.
Now, I've seen Muware he's been struggling. Oh, well, there it goes. I've seen him struggling here since the entire stream, and hats off to him for being able to do it. That's fantastic.
Yeah. It was good thing. So now he's going to go up and go get his sword, and let's see if he can figure out how to do that. Salmon Buffalo is also trying to figure out how to do so, which he shouldn't have to move away from the door. He should be able to do what he needs to get it.
He's looking for his sword, and someone is just running for his life. He.
Yeah, our one of we were watching one of our testers go through this, and he messed up so bad that the nose of that head was right on his backside. We're talking it was if he farted, it would have been bad.
Bad for the one with the nose, at least.
Yes, for sure. Probably would have seen the stone figure change a different color. You're done. Nice. So far, if I recollect right, that is 2 clears for Andy so far. Um, Everyone else is working on. Looks like Moower and someone are working on the shmup, and Salmon Buffalo put in a password to get himself back to where he was in Sydney Hunter. Oh, it's one of those. So one screw up, you start all over.
Well, it's got to give them a lot more tension when they're switching games, and they don't know if they're coming up to Sydney Hunter, if they don't know where they're going. So they pop into that second game or that third game immediately, and they get hit. Well, that's one of their lives gone.
Yep, that's the reason why we love when we were doing our other races with this shuffler program. We love the fact of the idea of creating a race with this in mind, because it definitely adds a new element to a whole race style where you don't just have to worry about the games and where you are within the games. You have to worry about the shuffler as well, throwing you in to something that in a position you don't want to be in. So,
Well, I think that's what everyone really comes here to watch. Is no one really has a plan when they go into this. They don't know what they're playing. They don't know exactly where to go, and they don't know the routing and what's going on. They're just playing the games and trying to get through them as quickly and as honestly as great as possible. It's truly amazing to watch.
oh. Well, looks like Andy actually completed all 4 of his goals, so he is our first person to clear all goals.
Well, you can
So
take a
he is
well-deserved rest.
Yes, that was actually within the time frame that we were actually thinking if for these top runners to actually get done with is right around 35 to 40 minutes. Andy, sir, welcome.
Congratulations.
Congratulations. Exactly. Congratulations on your win, dude.
I think he's grabbing a drink, grabbing a snack.
He is
probably was
actually he could
stressed out a little bit through the whole run, and I'm sure he's just taking a well-deserved rest right now. That is absolutely amazing going through. What did we get? It was about 41:25.
right around there, right around 40 minutes. Chosen, I think Chosen should have our official time for him.
Oh, hello.
Hello! Congratulations, sir, on
Thank you.
completing being number 1.
It was a good, fun goal.
That was a quick time. right
I
around
was
40
partially
minutes.
concerned that I messed something up because I didn't get Mega Man 7 for the first like 10, 15 minutes.
Uh, Possibly felt like that, but it looked like the shuffler was working pretty well for you.
Mm-hmm. For sure, for sure. I did kill a Freeze Man. Yeah. I gave him the old junk shield. I gave him the business.
Yeah, he
Now,
was good on
Andy,
Mega Man.
which one of these games have you played before? Have you
I
played all of them?
I
Do you
played
know all of them?
I've played Mega Man 7 and Brave Fencer Musashi to completion. I have played Puzzle Fighter once in an arcade, so I knew kind of how that worked. The other two I was blind to.
But so those were the ones that gave you the most. Which game were you that you switched on to? Do you think gave you the most trouble?
The shoot 'em up.
We were having discussion while you were in there. Which one would they be a little apprehensive about switching into?
Yeah, well, once I kind of understood I had to respect Sydney, it wasn't so bad. My problem was I had to learn to respect Sydney.
Mm.
If you don't respect it, it will not respect you back.
Yep. Especially that one done hit, where if you accidentally went off the side of a cliff or hit the lava or something like that, yeah, you had to start all over. That had to been rough.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's fine. Once I realized there were passwords after I redid level 1, it's like, oh, okay.
Looks like Salmon just completed a boss or mid boss, but it looks a bit. Nope, boss. That should be. I want to say that's his second clear. Yep, that should be a clear for him. Yep, that's his clear. Doesn't need to do the third one, but fine. Moonware's also going.
So you do have to. So we do have to wait until it decides to just swap.
Yeah, if you clear within your time frame, so if it had like 10,000 frames, you actually had to wait the 10,000
Okay.
frames.
All right.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure if I was doing something wrong there. I was like, all right.
Some people have brought up to us that, oh, you know, this program has a countdown. Yeah, it doesn't matter. No one really noticed it, racing it. Perfect.
Hooray.
37:27. Okay, so that's right around what we were thinking you guys would run at. Ah, that's even faster than most of us were thinking. So it looks like we got 2 on Mega Man. Sam Buffalo just trying to.
He's just playing through and just waiting for that screen to change, isn't he?
Mm-hmm.
That seems to be the case. There it is, Mega Man. So.
Oh wait, what's happening tomorrow?
Tomorrow is our top 4.
Oh, okay. Sure. What time? Okay. All right, cool. I'll do tomorrow.
Awesome. Yeah, 37 minutes was pretty quick. I think even our tester testing this pack, I think he was even over that. I think he pushed the hour 45 minutes. So yeah, he was pushing on an hour.
Well, I mean, it took me 30 minutes to figure out how to get into the link, so, you know, congratulations.
All right. Looks like someone should be done with Iridon as well. So we got a couple clears. These last 3 seem to be neck and neck. who's going to take the next spots. Be interesting for tomorrow night.
Now,
Or
is
later on
someone
tonight, sorry.
is someone just waiting for it to click over? He's
Yeah,
already
he
cleared
doesn't have,
and
you have the option. So there's two options we give you. You can continue playing the game, which where Andy can even back this up, even in
I
where
did a little
he's
bit.
from, the channel he's from, they will sit there. If you get a dot done, um, you can sit there and continue playing the game. You don't have to, just extra content while you're sitting around. Or you can just totally, for them, shut their stream down. But you could sit there and not mess with anything and wait for the swap. So it all depends on what you want to do.
now, as runners, I would think sitting there and getting a little bit cold would be a little detrimental. Wouldn't you want to be in the game and keeping your eyes ready, keeping your thumbs ready, just keeping ready for anything that it can throw at you?
In
Well,
my
depending on
opinion,
how. Go ahead,
sorry.
Andy.
In my opinion, I think it really depends on what game you're kind of chilling on. Like, I don't feel like playing Puzzle Fighter more than I need to, for example. Like,
Or if you're in a shmup and it's been in just a total pain, you might want to take that
you want
rest.
to get your mental faculties back in there. You know, like,
Yeah, because you could be royally just, because we can't hear any of the racers on their commentary or anything like that. So you could be, one of these guys could be just totally tearing up the game and words coming across that, yeah, we try to keep clean for the fact that this channel is for all ages. So we try to keep it as clean as possible, PG-13 if we actually want to go any higher than that. But
Yeah, we can say
so
bullet hell. We don't have to say HE double hockey sticks.
yes. Um, but as for cuss words and stuff like that, we try to keep that to a minimum. Some of us do forget every now and then, but it's all right. Most of us are adults, and it happens. When you're used to having more free range of language. So it looks like Salmon Buffalo is having a difficult time on Brave Fencer here, trying to knock the bell down.
it was really rude that they started with only 36 health in that save state.
Yeah, so you can blame the tester on that one.
It was all right. Like I said, it was. Yeah, it's a game you had to respect. Like, you have to actually take your time rather than just bowl through it like I tried to at first. If you don't play patiently or slow, you'll just get punished, and that's what happened to me a little bit. But that it was okay. I mean, it was definitely felt like a homebrew, but it was all right.
Is it a game you added to your list for MFH?
Maybe. I mean, if I wanted if I submit it to mystery tournament, I would definitely include passwords for sure.
Oh yeah.
I don't know how long it is, so I'll have to vet it. But
I was just curious if it would be one that you would try to, because I know everyone likes to throw
we'll
in
see.
one of those random ones that sit there and kind of get past the testers a bit, and then they're like, "Oh yeah, okay, this is workable." you know.
Well, we'll see. I mean, mystery tournament comes about once a year.
Oh yeah, I've been watching you guys for quite a bit of time, and I'm like, okay, I think I could get in on this. Or
Yeah, it's fun.
what it is.
It's very
double
fun.
limb, not too bad. That we're running a similar. Right. Yeah. Here it is. The last part of the boss fight. So that will be, once he gets through this will be this should be a clear for him. And then looks like our other two racers are having slight troubles with Mega Man and Iridon, which were actually the two that we thought were going to be complete pains, really. because we weren't quite sure on everyone's Mega Man experience and bullet hells. So, or shoot 'em ups or shooters, however you want to.
I'd call them shoot 'em ups, but bullet hells are
Or
fine too.
shmups.
Shoot 'em ups.
Yeah. So. All right, Simon Buffalo finally trying to figure out here how he's going to. Oh, I think he figured it out. Let's see if he can get this. And he should be moving on to the boss fight. There it is. He got his sword. Someone and Muware are both.
Yeah, I opened the menu and realized I had 4 E-tanks. I wasn't sure if I was allowed to use them or not, so I didn't. Look, yeah, it's Mega Man. I know how to play Mega Man.
Yeah.
Just jump and shoot lemons.
Like we were even saying the same thing. It was like, it's Mega Man. A lot of us played Mega Man. Some of us haven't played the whole series. Me.
I mean, it's hard to say you've played the whole series. The game has got way too many games in it. Series,
way too
like,
many.
I'll be the first to say I played a lot of Mega Man games, but I won't say I played all of them because I haven't played any of the Game Boy ones, for instance. There's a whole like 5 regular ones on Game Boy, and then there's Mega Man Extreme on the Game Boy Color that I haven't played. There's just too much.
Yeah, it's a huge series. It's like, jeez, enough of the Mega Man. But it's still popular. So.
Here.
Ooh, he's getting that nose close. Oh, he got smushed.
You hate to see it.
You do.
It happens to the best of us.
So he's just going to start running again. Someone is in.
He's in the boss fight, actually. He's quite a little bit away ahead of Salmon Buffalo here. This is the last part of the boss fight, so it's but he's only got a few bit of health left. Ooh, Sliver. He's got to go through all this.
Good God.
I mean, Ray Fencer Musashi is a cool game, and it's a cool speedrun.
That should be done for Brave Fencer. It's got to be a lot of tricks for Musha to sit there and be able to speedrun it. A lot of time into that. Salmon Buffalo low on health going into this next section of Mega Man.
I thought about grabbing Rush Jet, and then I didn't. I thought about it, and I'm like, I don't need it, right? And then I got to that part, I was like, oh, I probably need it. And then the second pass, I forgot to turn on the thing, so I couldn't get it the second pass either.
Salmon Buffalo must be waiting for a swap because it says beat 2 bosses for Mega Man, and he has 2 bosses done. So I'm not sure if he forgot or what the deal is.
Good question.
Maybe he just honestly likes playing the game, and that's that's what we're all here for, to watch.
Oh yeah, for sure.
We're all here for video games.
That is for sure. Nice.
And Salmon just finished. Nope.
Oh, he's. Oh, he could be. He could be done. This is the end part.
Mooware's still trying to get through that bullet hell. Someone
Just
is
completed the mid boss.
okay. And someone is still. How many bosses has someone completed with Mega Man? Does anyone know?
Ew.
So he's all set with Mega Man then.
Yep.
All right.
So we can move him because he is done. Oh, which one did he go to? Oh, let's go to the other one. There we go.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello. Congratulations on being the second to complete your goals.
Thank you.
You're welcome. So, what did you think of it?
Well, Mega Man was harder than expected, but the rest of the game seemed pretty fine. I didn't expect the Brady Spencer game to be like a puzzle game almost.
Yeah, it does have a little puzzle feel to it. That's for sure.
Yeah,
Okay, if you go ahead.
there's not much to the goal, but it's kind of hard to figure out what to do.
Yeah, the thing with the RPG platformer style games, it's one of those that could be confusing to those who aren't familiar with them too much. That's for sure. Which game were you most worried about actually is like swapping into? Which one would have gave you the hardest time?
Well, after finishing the goal, the boss in Mega Man just killed me, so I guess Mega Man, but none of the games were like really that bad to switch into.
Okay, so you felt comfortable kind of going into all the games where you're not like, oh, I'm not gonna do good here.
I think there was a few parts, but overall, I think I got lucky with the swaps.
That's good.
I also just now realized that I picked up an item and it was Rush Jet, so that would have been useful.
Yeah.
Oh well. I haven't played Mega Man 7, so I played most of the other ones.
So you had some decent Mega Man experience.
Yeah.
That's good.
But even though I finished it last.
That's the swapper for you.
Yeah.
Sam Buffalo taking damage as soon as he came into Brave Fencer, right out the gate. That's a rough start.
Yeah, the boss seemed rough, but I managed to not die to it, so that was good.
Yeah, a lot of these seem to give some. It looks like he had some troubles in certain games, but then was able to figure it out and even with Mooware and Salmon Buffalo, we're seeing the same thing. Kind of certain games would give you guys troubles, and then all of a sudden it was like, oh, they got it now.
Yeah, that shmup I was having trouble with initially, mostly because I was reading the paste bin, but eventually I figured it out. I thought I cleared.
The first level we were sent to was not the Spaceport Alpha, by the way.
Oh.
Well, it's yeah, it was kind of.
Yeah, I guess I beat 2 levels. That's good enough.
Ooh, Salmon Buffalo taking a death in Mega Man. Looks like Mooware's waiting for a swap, possibly?
Yeah, that's the Robot Master Museum, so that's after the first 4 robots in Mega Man 7. So yeah, he's definitely waiting.
Now that might be the nicest feeling in the world to switch into a game and see a stage clear.
I agree.
Mm-hmm.
So we have Mooware that was
So 101, so all we have is Salmon. And he has Mega Man and
Iridon, I believe, are the 2 games so far I've been seeing him go through. I think he also might have Brave Fencer as well.
Wow.
He
So pretty much
should be almost done with Brave Fencer though.
So pretty much the 2 ones that you expected would give the runners the most trouble.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure. It's definitely ones that I was thinking that would have been given trouble. I know they would have gave me a little more trouble, which is definitely the shmup and Mega Man. Prairie Fencer, I actually had a decent time in testing with doing that, so that wasn't too bad. Salmon Buffalo sitting here going against Junkman, taking some lots of damage here. Trying to figure out his deal. Yep.
No, there it is.
Taking that damage right away. That was rough. Death on Brave Fencer. That's rough.
Now, as I've been watching that, and I know you guys have been saying that Mega Man 7, and Iridon would have given you guys the most trouble, but they're pretty much just linear 2D ready to go. I can't imagine switching into a isometric 3D after doing that and trying to deal with big bosses.
Yeah, that is a rough ordeal. But it's also kind of the thing for the swapper in certain games that we put in here. One, we didn't really create the pack. We try to keep them linear. This is from one of our other modders who and actually unfortunately had to back out for other reasons. But
No, I think it's great, and I don't know if the other runners will agree with me, but being able to switch your brain from 2D run and gun, shoot 'em ups, bullet hells to a completely different platform or a completely different uh, visual mode has got to be one of the biggest challenges that you can possibly do.
what are you guys' thoughts on that?
About what, like switching into a high
Going
issue
from
platform?
going from like Mega Man and Iridan, which are linear 2Ds, to Brave Fencer.
Oh, I mean, I'd be startled for a half second and then be like, oh, okay.
Yeah, that's my experience mostly.
Well, that's why we're in the booth and you're running. Yeah, I mean, it's absolutely amazing.
Booer, congratulations on third place.
Hi, thank you. I had issues with Prix Fencer Musashi, I guess. I didn't figure out the absorb mechanic.
Yeah,
and on Mega Man I ran into the wrong stage, but wasn't really clear from the instructions. I guess the boss selection screen kind of shows two of them grayed out, but I didn't
Yeah,
quite
they're
figure
grayed
that out.
Yeah.
But other than that, how did you like the pack that you were running in?
Yeah, pretty fun selection. Not really a big shmup player, so that wasn't really my kind of game, but the rest pretty great.
Well, that's good.
Oh boy.
All platformers.
Nice.
Oh,
Sign me
that's
up.
gonna already have you down.
Yeah, I think I really like that, having different genres.
That was good. Did it? How did you? What did you think about? Now we asked the other two guys as you were just coming in. Going from like Mega Man and Iridan, which is your linear 2Ds, to going into like a game like Brave Fencer, which you have to go into like the whole 3D isometric kind of style game. Did that throw you off at all, or?
No, I don't think so. I think the bigger issue with the shuffles is when you're right in the middle of something or directly before something, and then you switch away and switch back, and then you just crash into it, or like in Brave Fencer Musashi, you're supposed to mash to absorb abilities. If you switch out during the mash and then switch back, you're probably going to fail.
Yeah. We were making comments about that. Adalos sat there, made a comment about the fact that it has to be wearing on your mindset to go into a game and all of a sudden be like Mega Man, where you make like a big jump and then it swaps right in the middle of your jump, to then go back into it and be like, oh no.
Yeah. But you can't really plan for that, I guess.
Right.
Like you don't know when it will switch, so yeah, you can't really say, oh, I can't jump now.
You can. If you pull the bottom of your LunaScript down,
Yeah,
so
I
it's a
see,
bigger
but it's...
LunaScript, it'll give you frames, so you kind of have an idea. But you can't actually prepare in a way to be like, okay, I'm gonna stop right here. I'm so close to like 10,000 frames, and it's at 980 or 9800. You can't. You could be like, okay, I'm gonna stay here for a little bit and do that. But then being a racer, you're like, do I want to waste the like 20 seconds to wait for the swap so I'm set up decently and not taking a death, or
Yeah, I think in the end there's just not much preparing for that. You're just going to have to take those surprises.
And that was one thing that we, like when me and Chosen were debating about this, on creating this whole channel, was how do we set it up for a race? And then we debated on that, and I told him one of the things that I liked about it was in a whole race format of the randomness that you will get with the swapper, and that everyone will be will have the same disadvantage in a way of you cannot set yourself up to handle the swapper, because it's not gonna do that. Yeah, he's just having a difficult time here. And it looks like this would be if he completes the Steam Night, it'd be a done for him, I think. He just needs to throw it through the wall, and there it is. Awesome. Right around the time we expected on the top end. But it sounded like everyone had fun with this and enjoyed it.
Yeah, I sure did. If I have the time, I'll probably keep joining.
Yeah, it was fun.
Awesome. Well, we do have another night, another run later tonight, 10 p.m. Central Time. For our next, I believe it's 3 racers we'll have. So there's 7 of you guys running right now, which is way better than our other ones that we've ran before. And then we'll find out exactly. We'll let everyone know exactly where you place, and who made top 4. We're pretty sure Andy had taken top spot. Period.
Yeah.
37 minutes. That's a quick clear.
Yeah, I know I could have played better, but we'll see.
Everyone did a great job from everything like that. Sam Buffalo, congratulations on your completion, sir.
I'm just glad it's done. No, honestly, like I was really excited to see Puzzle Fighter. It's a game I'm fairly familiar with. Played a lot of it with friends back in the day. Like Mega Man, I think Mega Man, honestly, I'm most upset about because I'm fairly familiar with that game and I tried going way too fast and it just did not work out.
Yeah, those icicle jumps were not doing you any favors, were they?
Well, it wasn't even so much. I mean, I think had I continued, Freeze Man wouldn't have been too much of a problem. I think it was just getting through Junkman, just getting the jumping there and trying to remember how to get through it. But
well, congratulations on your minute finish. I mean, it's still incredible no matter what.
Exactly.
yeah, no, I knew. I just at that point I was just looking more so to get through it and.
Yeah, it wasn't
Now,
really a
was
good
there?
spot to use it.
What was that?
There wasn't really a good spot to use it. I picked it up and never used it.
I mean, I guess maybe there at the end of Junkman might have been a good spot, but like right after you get it. But
Was there a game that you were more like, I don't really want this game to pop up again?
for the longest time, Musashi. Mostly because I had absolutely no idea what I was doing for a good chunk of that. I think I had stumbled onto somehow absorbing the gun power the first life, and then I died and lost it and could not figure out for the life of me how to cut the ropes. And it took me ages to remember that, oh yeah, like I can absorb powers. And once I did that, I guess it was okay, but like getting to that point was very rough.
Okay. So, I've asked everyone else and asked your opinion on it. Going from the 2D games like Mega Man and Iridon, which were kind of 2D linear, going into Brave, um, did that throw you off at all? Like going into like a 3D isometric game, going from the linear style games we had in here?
Not really, and I think that's only because I kept forgetting Musashi was 3D to begin with. I think that was a lot of my problem too. Is like I thought it was like, you know, almost like 2.5D, where it's just very straightforward. There's it looks 3D, but there's no depth to it. I think that threw me a bit too for a while.
Okay. But other than overall fun.
Oh yeah, no, it was a great pack. Just more my disappointment with it is not the pack itself. It's my performance. I definitely feel like I should have done a lot better in Mega Man than I did. But everything else, worked out pretty well.
That's good. I'm glad everyone had fun. I let everyone else know as you were just finishing up Brave Fencer there that we do have another set of races at 10 p.m. tonight, Central Time, of course. And we will, once that race is done, we will be letting everyone know who made top 4 for tomorrow night's race.
Breathtaking.
Yeah. So it's going to be interesting to see our next set of races and see how everyone does. Yeah.
No, I'm good.
Promotions, anything like that?
We'll see. Thank you very much for having me.
Yeah, no problem. Anytime. Muir, anything you would like to promote or throw out there for
Not
anyone?
particularly. Thanks for having us.
Yeah, no problem. Salmon?
Nothing I can think of. Maybe. Well, I was gonna say I might go beat Dr. Wily into the ground, but maybe in something other than 7, because that end fight is ridiculous.
Take your frustrations out on another game, right?
Yeah, exactly. One I can actually beat.
Awesome. Someone, you got anything you want to throw out there for
I'm pretty
promotion?
sure I didn't absorb anything in the Fencer game, so I guess I'm lucky that I didn't need to figure that out. So, well, it was fun though.
Alrighty then. Well, I appreciate everyone being here and participating, and hopefully you guys will join our next month's race as well, and we will see you guys around.
Congratulations to all the runners. We'll see you soon.
Yes, congratulations, especially to be able to complete. It's always a bonus. All
See
right.
you guys around 10. Have a good night.
See ya.
You too. Bye.